Alright, first live stream, basically just going to be working on the SI5351 clock generator. Doing this to build my own signal generator is kind of a first project for many more to come. So this is like the first piece of equipment that I'm going to need. So I already soldered this a little bit. I have a little bit of a solder bridge I got to work on, so that's what we're going to do right now. Bear with me, I haven't soldered anything in over a year. Don't even know where all my stuff is, so we're struggling through this together. Alright, that might have actually done it. I was having an issue with either a little solder bridge or some spark gap, but let's actually get this onto the breadboard and see what it does. We've got this going into an ESP32. Not because it's the most optimized for the project, but it's what we had, and the whole purpose of this series is kind of see how cheaply and efficiently we can do things. So let's switch over to our Arduino IDE here. I'll get this plugged in. Turn on our serial monitor. Regardless of whether or not this works, I am just excited to be in front of the camera for the first time. Never done anything like this. Never even wanted to do something like this until recently. I'm just doing it for fun, see what I can build, and see if anyone else is interested. So let's check back on our Arduino IDE here. Not receive success message. Maybe we're on the wrong port. Let's see. Let's see if we can re-upload it. It is currently 89 degrees in the garage right now. So it's 11 p.m. What? Good time out here. And I have previously tested this script, or sketch as they call it in Arduino, I guess. So I know it works, or at least I know it compiles. We're going to test it a little bit further and see if it actually does what we want it to do tonight. If that does work, we'll be able to actually see the output on the oscilloscope. Computer's running at like 80% CPU trying to do this stream, so we'll see if it does the thing. And while we're waiting, let's see if I can resize this screen a little bit. That's probably a lot better. So it doesn't look like anybody's on here yet. Definitely nothing in the chat, but if there is anybody out there watching, I appreciate you. I'm going to give it a little bit longer while the sketch is compiling still. So while we're waiting, what this sketch will do, and this whole project's going to be open source, it'll be on GitHub. I'm probably going to tweak my website a little bit to store all this stuff. But we got, let me tilt the camera down. We got our ESP32, which is our main microcontroller for this project. From there, we've got it controlling this SI5351 clock chip. This is really better suited for like a ham radio project or something like that, which we could always do in the future. But right now I'm using it to generate some square waves. We're going to actually make this into a signal generator. It's got a fairly high frequency range, and if you change out this little, let me get a pin here. That little guy right there, if you change that out with a temperature controlled one, you can actually, it's a crystal oscillator. Change it out with the temperature regulated oscillator. You can actually get some pretty seriously good control on these things. And it's got 3 outputs, which I think is neat. I'm going to handicap one of those outputs. The duty cycle on these is kind of fixed at 50%. But if you're willing to sacrifice frequency range, you drop it down to 1 megahertz. You can then have some programmable duty cycle there. So I'm going to do that for clock 2 with clock 0 and clock 1 as they are. I've got a little op amp here that I'm playing with. Eventually I'm probably going to go to a little bit better one. This is a TL081, kind of a classic. I actually had it in my old, believe it or not, Radio Shack. Had it in my high school stash box still. So finally putting this one to use. Got to rip the perforated tab off yesterday. Felt real good, real nostalgic. I'm gonna have this rotary encoder to be able to control the frequency. You can push it, have different menu interactions. There'll be a little screen for this whole thing. We'll 3D print the case for it and do everything ourselves as much as we can. Alright, looks like we're having some COM port issues, so let's check our device manager real quick. Let's see what COM port this ESP32 is actually hitting. I know I've got the drivers installed. If you are like me and used to working on Mac and Linux, you do need to remember to install the drivers if you're using a Windows computer. Okay, it's showing it on COM 4. Maybe because we're trying to stream at the same time? Let me see if the serial monitor ever came up. No. Alright. Try and plug in this board. Okay, it no longer recognizes COM 4. Beauty of live stream, we get to figure this out together. Okay, COM 4 is back. Hey, serial monitor, looks like it might be thinking about doing something. Let's set our baud rate. That baud rate is defined in this code in the setup loop. Board setup. Serial begin. Right there is your baud rate for ESP32. It doesn't look like it's talking yet. Try to upload the sketch again, see if that initiates anything. I've actually never used an ESP32 board before. I've used plenty of Arduinos and Raspberry Pis, and I've had these sitting around for months. Finally decided, you know what, let's do something with these. So I've got another project going where I'm using one for a weather station, connect to the network over Wi-Fi, send some data to my local Postgres server. Pretty basic project, but this one I imagine it's just user error right now though. And of course it was working 2 days ago, so whenever I go live it decides to not work, but that's okay. Let's see if it compiles and sends it over this time. Looks like we're making progress this time. I'm showing ESP32 dev module on COM 4, so that's some progress. If you're ever not sure which COM port it is, if you're on Windows, you can go to your device manager, and you should be able to find it pretty quickly. Either look for the UART bridge, or sometimes the device name will be there. Hey, we got We got activity on the serial monitor. Let's see what's going on. Alright, so it is stuck in that loop looking for the clock again, which is okay. It's just something else going on we're going to have to figure out. But before we do anything else, I'm going to put on these big dorky glasses and see if there's any spark gaps going on again. I'll bring you all down with me. So I'm not seeing anything unusual. I really wish this board had an LED indicator, and I'm sure that's something that I could give it. Make sure all my connections here nice and tight. Let's try. Alright, well, we're sitting at 3v3 from the ESP32. We got it going, the voltage in. We know our ground's right. We know everything's hooked up right. So, obviously there's something else here going on. Maybe we just want to try a different ground pin. This is I2C, so it should be recognizing it. And I'm still stuck in that loop. Alright, well, this might take some more research here, and I do have to go to work tomorrow, so we'll do this a little bit longer, see what's happening, and maybe we follow up on another day. At least we have good music. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna get off here and go to bed. It looks like we got one viewer, so to our one viewer, I appreciate you. We'll do this again soon, and hopefully we make some more progress. You know, this is something that we're just doing for fun, trying to learn a little bit, do something different than we do in our 9 to 5. At least for me, I always wanted to be an electrical engineer. Went to business school. I'm an analyst now. But these projects soothe that part of my brain. And there's actually something that I'm working towards. So all the projects that we're doing will kind of go together to do this one thing. But we're not there yet. We got to get the signal generator going first. And we're gonna make sure we're getting clean signals with our op amp. Next step is probably going to be making some custom flyback transformers. None of that's going to work until we get this SI5351 module talking to our ESP32. All right, y'all. I appreciate you. We'll do it again real soon, and